body count, age gap, 1 to 10, Canthal tilt. All of these are forces, mimetic forces, to stop you from finding love. Yes, you've heard me right. We are in the midst of a swamp, of a terrible, terrible swamp of the internet. Consider Aesop's fables and the tale of the fox who lost his tail. He loses his tail in a trap. Now, foxes are very proud of their tails. And when he gets back to his community, his commune, he says, all of you should cut off your tails. Be like me. Look how happy I am. And of course, they laugh him off. But today, we don't do that. Today, heartbroken people, miserable people, spread their misery. And it is an infectious misery. Misery can be very intelligent. It's not wise, but it's very smart. And it knows how to infect you. When you look at someone beautiful and you rationalize reasons why you should not approach them, why you should not love them, or even if you have someone beautiful and you have to rationalize all of these reasons why it won't work, why they are wrong, you have fallen prey to forces outside of you, mimetic forces, aimed at isolating. Many diseases want to spread, so they will lay relatively dormant but infectious while you go out and socialize. But a lot of mimetic diseases want to socially isolate you because they are digital-born diseases. They want to spread through the digital. They want you in the digital. And so, every time you look in the mirror and you see your negative Canthal tilt, or that I'm a 3 or my bone structure isn't right, you are falling prey to this disease. And if you go out and you see people that you'd like to talk to, but the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, they're a slut. They're probably a slut. They're probably disgusting. Or, oh, I kind of like this person, but they're a 5. Or they have red flags that I saw on TikTok. You are falling prey to the most wicked force in this world, which is the renunciation of love. I was reading an excerpt from a book yesterday called Faust as a Musician. And there was a visionary priest, Father Zosimos, and he was asked, what is hell? And he says, hell is being unable to love. I think that this is profoundly true. And in this book, what is essentially said is that the renunciation of love is the first and the most important element of a devil's bargain. When you make this deal with the devil, when you make this deal with the internet, you are renouncing the world as love. You are renouncing God as love. For the sake of what? For the sake of being right? For the sake of being safe? For the sake of power? Of respect? These are all illusory in the face of the most magnificent force, the ultimate divine force, which is love. You may think that you have found some sort of secret, some sort of science of love, of romance, that all of these ideas are in fact helping you find the one. But I say, the renunciation of love is so infinitely beyond the mind and infinitely beyond the heart. It is a spiritual disease. We look at Faust, and we see a man who is not lacking in wit, who is not an unintelligent person. He was perhaps the wisest man of his time, and yet he had forsaken love. This was the cost of his grand spiritual powers. He had lived a life without love and truly without friendship. And in the end, he found it bitter. He was not happy. He was not pleased, for he had never loved. The simplest, the most stupid thing. You might think, love is a chemical reaction, man. It's just chemicals, or love is just evolutionary biology. We're just doing it. No. The Christians are close when they say God is love, but they don't take it far enough. Wilhelm Reich is close when he says that God is love, is cosmic orgone energy. But I'm here to say that love is it. Love is. Everything that can be said of love is. Love simply is. Love saves the day. Love overcomes all things. It believes all things. It moves all things. I made a video years ago when I was big and fat about love. It's called What is Love? And I talk about the cosmology and metaphysics of love. But we don't need all of that to understand that love is it. That love is all that is necessary. Love is all that it takes. What we call vibe, what we call love, what we call will. All of these things, these forces, are what animate life. They are what move us through life. The intellect does not move you. The intellect is a hindrance upon this. If this flower thought out what it was going to do, it would never have left the earth. It would have remained a seed forever. It would have withered away and died. Love is spontaneous and natural. Love happens. It is the most beautiful thing for that reason. And it is something, though, that is fragile. When you are hurt, when you are wounded, you learn to block, to hide yourself away from love. Now, if this is something that you were born into, with traumas and childhood experiences, then I'm not really addressing this to you. I've talked a lot about my own problems and the problems that can be overcome, that there are methods of overcoming this. But if you have been infected, if you were a relatively normal person, but the internet, media, and TikTok are what affected your ability to love, this is for you. You have been infected. I'm reaching out with nature, with love, with vibe. Love is not a meme. Love is what makes memes. Love is what makes life, what moves it all. All of the things that hinder you, these are bad memes. They run on deadly vibes, wicked vibes, anti-vibes. And so I say, memes matter, but they must be in their right place, and they must not interfere with your own true nature, which is love.